In Novosibirsk, on the evening of February the 16th, a large number of police officers blocked access to the monument to the victims of political repression. It was there that people began to come to honor the memory of opposition politician Alexei Navalny after the news of his death. In Kazan, security forces drove a paddy wagon to the place where flowers are laid and began to push everyone away from the memorial.
They don't let us get closer, they simply don't let us go to the monument, just so that we can lay flowers, because they are afraid to see the person for whom the masses will really go out in the streets.
Journalist Ksenia Starikova, who was filming the pogrom of a memorial in memory of Alexei Navalny, was detained in Chelyabinsk. The police closely monitored everyone who brought candles or flowers to the makeshift monument.
The police detained the young people. There was supposedly a fight. There was no fight, at least I didn't see any. They are checking their passports.
People organized spontaneous memorials with flowers and portraits of Navalny in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Tomsk, Yekaterinburg, Ulyanovsk, Krasnodar, Voronezh, Khabarovsk, Vladivostok and many other Russian cities. The police did not stand on ceremony with those who came out to honor Navalny's memory. Women, elderly people and students were detained. In the first 24 hours alone, more than 250 people were taken to police stations in different cities. The largest number of detainees was in St. Petersburg, almost 130 people. On February the 16th, particularly harsh detentions took place there. Lawyers were not allowed into some police departments for a long time, the Over the Info publication reports.
They were pushing people in by force and stuffed us into a paddy wagon. The police van was simply overcrowded with people. There were about 30 people there. It was very cramped, so we couldn't turn around. We were kept in the paddy wagon for about more than an hour.
At no time, even in the most terrible times, was it prohibited to honor people in our country.
The detainees are mainly accused of disobeying the legal demands of police officers, reports the Every Info publication, and the spontaneous memorials that the Russians create are immediately removed by the security forces.
Putin fears nothing more than the dissent from his own people. Putin and his friends fear nothing more than people that stand up, that speak up, that fight for freedom and that fight against corruption.
That is why people have been detained near memorials throughout Russia for several days now. Some of them have already been released without drawing up a report. Some were given a preventive measure from 3 to 15 days of arrest.
The person who is guilty of today's deed is elected to the post of president of the country, and I believe that such inhuman sins are something that we should not remain uninvolved in.
Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Natalia Husak, UATV News.